Hey guys, it's ayebeepee and welcome back to my channel. And as you can tell, I have a nice little new toy here, so the audio might sound a little different in the next two videos till I can kind of figure out where I like it, but it is a nice upgrade. So today we are going to be doing a talking CJ, and this one is about the dark figure of crime. So the phrase the dark figure of crime was first used by Gary Beckner, and he used it in 1968. And the dark figure of crime is mostly studied in criminology and sociology. And pretty much what the dark figure of crime is the amount of undiscovered or unreported crime that goes on. And it is extremely important because honestly, we don't have accurate numbers, statistics, or ratios about crime. So when you understand this concept and start estimating what these dark figure of crimes can be, it makes things in the criminal justice and criminology field just a little bit more understandable. And this goes especially with violent crimes. A lot of them are not reported, but each crime does have some sort of dark figure tied to it, even the smaller crimes, because a lot of people tend to just brush those off. And professionals have said about half of all crimes are not reported. And you might also hear it being called the hidden figure of crime. You get the gist with each name. So to report a crime, there are a few different steps. To even start with the thought process of reporting, you have to recognize a crime is happening, which usually leads you to be either the person committing crime, the victim of this crime, or a witness. Then once you realize there's a crime happening, you can go and end up reporting it. So then the police will come and investigate, and they decide whether this is actually a crime they are willing to pursue. But this little step is a big reason that a lot of people have distrust in police because of how they have to prioritize things based on, let's be honest, just being extremely overworked. But if any of these steps fail, the crime is not reported, and there it goes into being part of the dark figure of crime. Studying the dark figure of crime is really important because it helps find true trends on what's going on in this world. This also helps you make predictions that can help us later on not have to deal with as much crime. Also, statistics on dark figure of crime paired with crime that's already reported helps us figure out where crimes are happening geographically, and watching in this city more assaults are happening, or in this city more murders are happening, or in this city more robberies are happening. We're able to kind of map out where these crimes are happening. And this does help show what is prioritized by police. Now, there's multiple reasons why you wouldn't report a crime. A lot of people are worried about the backlash or the revenge from the person that you're reporting. This is huge in sexual assault cases. There are a lot of cases in sexual assault that aren't ever reported because they are in fear of the person that hurt them or their friends, family, things like that, just people associated. The environment people grow up in is also a huge reason crimes are not reported. If you grow your child up around crime, they might not think to even report crimes because that's their normalcy. If a child grows up in a domestic violence home, it's harder for them mentally to get to the point of calling police if it happens to them because, again, that's normal. Also, if crimes happen with your family members, it's a lot less likely that you're going to report your dad for a crime than if it was just someone down the street. You could not report it because technically you don't know that you're a victim when the crime is occurring, such as fraud. Fraud is a huge one that people don't report until later, or if at all, because they didn't really realize they were a victim. And people have seen lately especially that their biological features could be a reason they don't report, such as your gender, your race, and I know this isn't biological, but your religion's a huge part of it too. Most women don't report sexual assault because they aren't believed. And men don't report domestic violence because honestly, it's not thought to be taken seriously with men. And a big thing we have seen over the past few years is that people have distrust in law enforcement. They usually don't report because they don't trust them to do what is needed during this crime. But we know it's up to the police to decide what they think is needing reported or not. And we also know they have to prioritize because there's only so many of them. So they can't take precedence of a small robbery over a murder. We also hear a lot about the police losing paperwork or misplacing paperwork on things that they weren't really taking seriously anyways. And again, that's a huge thing that causes distrust. And also, if the crime is committed by someone that's major in society, like a mayor, the sheriff, the wholesome mom down the street, and they'll just cover their reputation. We've seen that time and time again. So what exactly do we use to study crime? Mostly we look at police records like arrest records, incident reports, witness and victim statements. We use the Uniform Crime Report, the National Crime Victimization Survey, self-report studies, and new technology advances such as subpoenas for cell phones, reading people's text messages, phone calls, and alarm systems, being able to watch what was happening around the area that a crime was reported. And something that can come from studying the dark figure crime and just crime in general is we are able to see if certain policies we have put in place are working. We're able to really dig into, are we keeping our society safe, our community safe? Are these things we're doing working, or do we need to look at different outlets? And we can decide when voting for the people in office, are they paying attention to the things that are happening in society right now? So you'll see a lot of politicians kind of jump on whatever the most popular crime is and how they plan to fix it. And multiple people in the government are definitely working on encouraging people to report crime no matter how big or small. We're in a time period that we're really trying to encourage communication between the police and the citizens because it has gotten so lost lately. We have to work to build that trust back. And the dark figure of crime is definitely shrinking. We are getting to a point in society that people are getting encouraged to speak up. We are gaining that confidence. You're seeing more posts speaking out about domestic violence, sexual assault, robbery. We are being able to post pictures from security camera footage and ask the community who they think this is, and people are getting caught. We are really starting to shrink on the unsolved parts of crimes and the dark figure of crimes, thankfully, through social media, and we're just feeling more encouraged to speak out. And that's actually all I have for the dark figure of crime. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe for me and hit that notification button. That way you're notified the next time I upload. Also, do not forget there is a Gofundme for Crystal Young down below. It's for her mom to hire a PI to really look into her case. If you don't know the story of Crystal Young, I do have a video a few months ago that you need to go look at. And I'm also selling stickers that I will link below. All proceeds go to the Cold Case Foundation, which of course I'm a huge supporter of. And go ahead and leave below in the comments what you think of the dark figure of crime. Have you ever heard about it before? And also leave below any suggestions you have for talking CJs so I can research that stuff for you too. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!